got to face in life. Today you're up, tomorrow you're down. So thank God that you're still around town. Whoa, my brother. Got to work like slaves just to eat a piece of bread. But as we go along each day, we'll find happiness to soothe our mind, 'cause it's not every day we're gonna be the same way. There must be a change somehow. There are bad times and good times too. So have a little faith in what you do. Oh yeah. Can you get me?
You want to reach me as quick as possible.
Hello, everyone, and we're here speaking with
Fitzwildman, otherwise known as Wanda Rice.
Wow.
Yes.
And happy Father's Day to you.
Thank you very much.
And
And
how are
happy Father's Day to you if you're a mother who takes care of your children as well.
to the future of me? Thank you.
Beautiful. Well, I'm well previous, you know.
Okay. And tell us about this lovely area we're in Kilancholly.
Do you want me to say more than it's a wonderful era?
Okay.
I was born and grew inside here.
Mm-hmm.
Do I tell you my age? No.
No, up to you. You said yeah.
In the early 50s.
Yes.
And I grew up here. I go to Woodbush water. We used to take water from down the bottom there.
Okay.
That's where we used to get our drinking water.
Is that a river?
Water. No, it's a standpipe.
Okay.
But it was like a catchment from up in the hills.
Yes.
Yes. And so we used to, everybody in this district used to go down there for water, for the domestic purpose. And we carry water up here to various homes. And we look wood. You know what we call wood?
No, tell me.
Like those where we used to cook
Okay.
wood fire.
Yes.
Yes, wood fire. We have to carry wood on weekend to put at the home for the woman to catch the fire, cook the food, send us to school. So we walk. This was a gravel road when I was growing up. Gravel means pure stone.
Yeah.
And we walk from here to Rosebank School in Dean Pen.
Okay.
A lot of us. We walk back, come down.
Yeah.
When you would get lunch money, we have to walk, come back down here to eat the same piece of dumpling or roast food that where we eat for breakfast. We come back and eat a piece.
Yes.
Go back to school.
Yes.
And then in the evening we come back and do our chores again.
Okay.
Look about our goats, look about our pig, boil dog feed in the night time, read the Bible for our grandmother, and she sing a chorus and we retire to sleep.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and then, like this church, Shiloh Apostolic now,
Yes.
which like this gentleman they were brought up in there. I was brought up in a church up the hill by the name of Truth of Christ.
Okay. So it's Father's Day,
Yes.
and we're going to see Mr. Grant, the oldest community member. And do you know him?
Very, 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 very much. When I leave school, he was a mason. He did masonry. And when I leave school, he was one of the second or third person around going. I leave school at 15. We never get a chance to go to high school, maybe like you people.
Oh, okay.
So once you reach 15, you're either out of school, and then he was one of the men who I went with to learn masonry. Yes, and I spent a lot of time with him. And then, we tend to venture out into other fields. Me in love motor vehicles also see. All of them old vehicle about the place.
You fix them up.
I fix them, I drive, and I own.
Okay.
So you're going out by Mr. Grant? Yes, Fitzroy Grant, right. Yeah, man, I know him good, man.
Tell us more about him.
My father was very, very, very good friends,
Okay.
very close.
Okay.
Just because they did the same work. And they were very good friends, close. And then we, the children, came up and me and his kids are close the same way. In former years, the people who you fall under their portfolio, yes, they were strict because you have to either learn, them having one little word, we say either you D-O or G-O. You know what that means? Either you do or you go. But him wasn't no hardcore man. Him strict, him want things to be done. And at the time we were growing up, we never afraid we just do what people ask us to do. He wasn't no tough man. He was just strict and responsible. I think that was a better word for him. He's more responsible to see you go through, to see you do what you have to do.
All right, Mr. Wildman. So you know where Mr. Grant lives. So
Yes, I do.
you can give us a tour leading up to him?
Yes, are you ready?
Yes, man.
Let's go.
All right. Thank you. And that's the church over there?
Yes, that's the Shiloh Apostolic Church.
Okay.
I'm a child of the King, a child of the King, with Jesus my Savior. I'm a child of that King.
And we're here in front of Shiloh Apostolic Church and we're speaking with Deacon Bailey. Happy Father's Day.
Thank you very much.
And tell me, Mr. Bailey, how are you doing today? Tell us about the Shiloh Apostolic Church.
Well, not too bad. It started off long years ago, before me even born. I don't know. So when I'm 7 years old, I realize I'm here and go to and from till I'm baptized in 1992.
Do you know Mr. Grant, farmer?
Yeah, I know Mr. Grant fan. I was birth. Yeah, he live up the road there. Yeah.
And what do you know about him?
Well, he's a nice man. He's a builder, like going and build wall, house and so forth and so forth. But he unable to work right now because in age and sickness.
And we're here inside the Shiloh Apostolic Church and we're speaking with
Evangelist Camille Doro. I am the senior evangelist of the Kilancholly Shiloh Apostolic Church.
It's Father's Day. And we're visiting Mr. Grant, aka Farmer.
Yes.
And what can you tell us about him?
Well, I know him. I grew up knowing him. His daughter, that is now deceased, may her soul rest in peace, was my best friend. Yes, and so I, know him. I know him to be he was jack of all trades, I would say. Yes. I know him to be a person who works very hard. A person who, in the community, everyone is I don't see anybody who we call him farmer. And I don't see anyone who would say, well, rude to him then. He's a man that we respected, still respect when we see him. Always I don't even remember his real what he used to do. I know he build house, he works, and as I said, jack of all trades. That's how I know him. I know him to be, and people would ask him, upon opinions. I know he builds, he used to build, or he built his tank, those stone tanks. He was good at that, I heard. What's up, farmer? I learned from your son that you are the eldest person in the community. I didn't know that. I always thought it was this man, Mr. Carey, who is 90 something, but I learned from Leslie that you are way up there in your 90s. I don't even remember exactly, but way up there. May God bless you. May God bless you. And I hope and I'm praying that you will be our first centenarian in the community.
We're here in Kilancholly and on our way to see Mr. Fitzroy Grant. And we're speaking with one of his sons, Mr. Leon Grant.
Yes, yes. My name is Leon Grant, the second son of 8 siblings.
And how are you today on this Father's Day?
I'm fine, thank you. I'm fine, thank you.
Yes.
Yes, I got a lot of happy Father's Day
Okay.
today.
Yes.
Yes.
And as we're going to see your father, tell us about him.
Well, my father is 97 years of age, and he's been a hard-working man all his life. He's a mason contractor, and he lives in he was born and raised in Kilancholly, and he never left here. Only visit. He visit New York and so on and so forth, but he never live abroad. So he basically, born and raised here, and he's still here at 97 years old. Yeah.
And how do you feel being the son of the oldest member of this community?
Good, good, good. He been he's supposed to be one of the oldest member, or the oldest, I think, from in the area, not just Kilancholly, in the vicinity. He's the oldest person.
Is
And
that all of St. Mary?
no, not all of St. Mary, in the vicinity,
Okay.
including Dean Penn, maybe Palmetto Grove, Fraserwood, and so on and so forth.
Okay.
So, and he's in his head, he have his marbles together. So far, so good at 97. So he's doing good. He's a little, he walk with his stick or his cane, but he's doing very well. So far at 97,
Wow.
Yes.
And did he influence you being in construction?
Yes, so far most of his kids is in construction, and it's because of him.
Okay.
So all of us, we can do our thing, and it's because of him. Yes. He deserved to be commended
Yes.
for that.
Did he teach you anything?
Yes, a whole lot. Yes, he teach us to work hard, all of us as siblings. We work very hard, and he's a hard worker. So we get that from him and also my mother. They are hardworking people. So I'm so happy to be a part of his one of his siblings who take that from him. Yeah, he's a very hardworking man, and he continued to do so up until just maybe a few years ago.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. And anything special you want us to know about him?
Well, I could say that other than hard working, he's a very creative man, and he does well. He does well in his years of growing up and achievement. He does very well because he happened to raise 8 of us very well, and we wasn't short of anything. He was a very supportive father, and he deserved to be commended.
Yes.
So he's he does very well. So his achievement is very well packaged. Yes.
And what's your fondest memory of your dad? Tell us a story.
Well, one of his favorite things is that when you do wrong, right? When we do wrong and he come home and you want to be, you say, Dad, I need so and so, or you could help me with so and so, or we could get some of your dinner. You would say, this is diamond time. Diamond look for thyself.
Oh, wow.
So he said, and he said, it's so cute, he said,
Yes.
this is diamond time.
Yes.
So it is not your time.
Yes.
It's diamond time because you force him to look for himself.
Oh, wow.
So he always, that's the fun part about him. Diamond time. Yes, so he does very well.
All right.
And he have a lot of friends, and he's a very creative man, very creative. And he love farming. He never stop farm.
That's why they call him farmer?
Yes, that's why they call him farmer. Never stop planting and growing things all the days of his life.
Yeah.
Never. He
What
never
are some of
stop.
the things he planted?
He planted banana, yam. He planted every single thing that you could imagine. A matter of fact, one time he started growing rice.
Oh, really?
He said he's going to grow rice to sell.
Uh-huh.
Rice, so he was a big rice farmer in the
wow.
parish.
Okay.
Yes.
Productive.
Yes, productive. Yes. So he go down into a place down here called Pier Walk, and they start planting rice with some of his friends.
Oh, yeah?
Yes, and he planted the rice. The rice come to perfection,
Yeah.
but I don't think they could. I think they fall short of processing it. They could not process it, so
Okay.
that's why they stopped.
Oh,
The processing equipment was in place.
Yes.
So, but he planted the rice and we eat the rice, but it was local processing.
okay.
Like you put it in a thing and you chomp it
Okay.
and you get some rice, but
Yeah.
the processing was giving them problem. But
Okay.
yeah, so he was a big rice farmer at one point.
Yeah.
Yes, very creative man.
Nice.
I wish you a very long life, and I hope you keep your memories together.
We've just taken a walk up to the hill where we are now at the Grant's family plot, where one of Mr. Fitzroy's children, Marell Grant, is buried. Here we are with Marell Grant, and today we're visiting her father, and we want to pay respect to her in loving memory of a daughter, mother, sister, aunt, cousin, family, and friend. She's not here today, but I'm sure if she were, she'd be here celebrating her father and telling him Happy Father's Day. And we are visiting again the oldest member of this community, the oldest father, Marell Grant's father. And if she were here today, she'd be celebrating him. Come with us. Let's continue to find Mr. Fitzroy Grant. We are here at Kilancholly and we finally found a residence of Mr. Grant. So come with me, let's find out more on this Father's Day about Mr. Fitzroy Grant. And we're here with our Father's Day special, and we're speaking with Mr. Naris Grant, son of Mr. Fitzroy Grant. And how are you doing?
I am fine. I just to come over to celebrate and have dinner with him. Today being his special day. Thanks.
And tell us about your family, about your dad, and what number child are you?
Well, I'll come to the number last. My father is an awesome man. He's a village boy. He was born and bred right in this district called Kilancholly. And he's famous for many things. He's a farmer by profession and also a mason stroke contractor. So we were, born here, not at this specific house, but a couple chains on the road. And eventually we moved up to here. So we were basically grown up on a farm where, although we were poor, we weren't hungry because we had food. We had corn pork in the barrel. We had shad in the barrel. We had chicken in the coop. We had goat meat. We could go kill a goat anytime. We could kill a pig. We could basically kill a cow if necessary. So we were poor, but as I said, not hungry. And our father is a very hard-working man. He worked hard, he toiled hard for our family. And as a result, we are very grateful.
And we've heard stories of him with his masonry skills. And how did that pass on to you in any way?
Well, I am glad you touched on that, because if you could turn the camera on that wall, I understand that he's the best wall man. Mark you, he builds the neatest stone wall. He didn't actually build this one. Another guy that he teaches the trade by the name of Hilton Wilkes, we call him Pretty. He's the one that built this wall, but my father is an expert at that. And because I was born up and bred up in the construction business, I tend to leave my other jobs and concentrate on construction now. So I operate a company by the name of Network Construction and Equipment in Spanish Town, where I am known to be the best roadman.
Okay.
Yes, so yeah, he did pass on his skill to us. And we have a keen eye for construction. In fact, I tell you, the guys that work with me, if they're putting up blocks, laying bricks, or you call them bricks in the States, we call them blocks here, although they're two different things anyway. If a block is lean one way or the other, I could basically look at it with my natural eyes without using the instrument and tell them that it's out of place.
Oh, wow.
So, yeah, and those are things that I catch on from my father. And as I said before, I'm very grateful, and that's what I'm concentrating on. And I don't think I am about to switch trade or profession at this late stage. Yes, my father, as you know, they call him many names. One of the names they call him is Farmer. I, in fact, used to call him Papa. But because we are all grown men now, we call him Farmer.
Okay.
We don't bother with the Papa thing, because we like big brothers, you know.
Yes.
But he's a man that is known for taking care of kids. In fact, when I was a child growing up, every Christmas, he used to line up kids in the crossroads and share money, give everybody, to make sure that all the kids have a happy Christmas.
Really?
And us as his kids couldn't join the line, you know,
Uh-huh.
because we were already taken care of at home between him and my loving mother. I don't know if you have heard much about my mother. My mother name was Adassa Akel Grant. Yes, to my father now, Fitzroy Grant. Papa, farmer, I'm here celebrating this Father's Day with you, and I hope for you many more years to come, and that your health will continue to keep you, and let's see if you can make the century and beyond. Happy Father's Day, Papa.
We're speaking to his eldest son, Mr.
Bevan. Well, we have 8 of us, 8 children. He used to most time we do construction work, like building stone arrays and them type of work there.
Okay.
That's his type of job.
Okay.
And in the farming otherwise, like we plant up banana and thing, etc. Coconut and them thing there. We can raise animal,
What kind of animals?
like cow and pigs and chicken. Yeah.
Okay. And how was it for you growing up with a father like this?
Well, back days it was kind of rough, because this district never have any way you call it stove and all them things. We have to use wood fire for in cooking up, go and get firewood. Then one time, them drink them caboose and thing, and then put brake for a little while, not else when we have to run up and down. There's some far distant now, get Irish potato and them thing that be younger one them. My father is out most time, because she work all over almost St. Thomas and place and go out work, do stone work.
Okay. You went with him?
No, I was young that time.
Oh.
After, when we get big enough for me, so I didn't say to me, I leave the parish with them, I go other places. When I almost leave school, I always go to them, go do some day work and thing.
Okay.
I help them out. Others, you see what man work with him.
Yes.
Because them work rough enough, sometimes we have to have some muddy water and him something there. To stop some roadside from breakdown and him something there. Retaining water, call them.
Anything that you learned from your father that has inspired you and stuck with you through your life?
Well, yes, I can do stonework good. I can do stonework. I mean, when I was coming in the district,
Yeah.
Me help a guy this some down there and we go assist him with dig out found the excavation there.
Yes.
So then I help some go down there and say, well, I'm give man.
Okay.
And this, but we not do that anymore because I'm work there about this section of the country. I must St. Thomas and hillside place. You find them type of work there.
It's a beautiful skill.
Yeah, but all that stuff, it's we do the coursework to like, we can build house too. We have black sand and something there. And my brother now, let's go put my learn trade. Him can do a lot of things, can do after electric, and then him go America and learn about. I will find more trade, let's see. But chef thing, you know.
Oh, Leslie?
Let's see.
Okay.
Let's say employ a man and go learn, after I know after electric, he employ a man in the garage. So the mechanic learn the trade, mechanic learn to fire that man. And learn body work afterward. And go work again, you know. Body work. Let's say do all sheet work, he's good. Him try to learn a lot of different skills. We'll do construction work, my next brother. That's the one that follow me. Let's see the third one. And Naris, in a trucking business. I'm kind of mechanical towards him. Mostly drive truck and he have some for truck and other equipment. Then for let's move good. And those sheet work like in renovate church and all them things and house. Very good at it.
And what about your sisters?
Well, I last one, my sister, you know, she go university, but she got a strokes. She got a stroke, so I think she can go to America, but she never recover. She died. That's the last one. Well, I have one sister, she's working at the commercial. She's working at the commercial, and then she transferred to Parish Council. That's where she gets sick. One morning she was going to work and she has collapsed on her son's shoulder. And she lay down for a while till she couldn't make it anymore. Sister in America. Well, I don't know what she'll do now. I think she used to do nursing. I'm going to see her good while. Fitzroy and her last one. He work airport. I think he work at Kennedy Airport to do some trucking business.
And this is like Fitzroy Jr.?
Yes, Fitzroy Jr. You know that one?
Okay.
my last one.
Is that your dad's?
Yes, we have about 2 of them and sell them.
What kind of vehicle is it?
The Land Rover,
Yes.
back in the days.
You know, Bob Marley drove a Land Rover like that.
Yeah, that one time English people.
Yes. So what's your memory being in that Land Rover?
We used to take a drag grass and water in time before we build them water tank here. You used to have a man to drive for him. Named Dudley Blackwood, but he died. Almost like a German man. He died. He used to be a bush of a property down here called Crown. My father was a good friend. Things to drive for him. He do mechanical too.
Okay.
But he went away and died somewhere in Montego. I don't know. Never went to the funeral.
So you got driven in the vehicle?
Yeah, we stop and down and cut grass sometimes per animal and carry water and everything. And sometimes we used to carry stone and all them things.
So it was a working horse vehicle?
Yeah, it's a commercial vehicle. We used to
Yeah.
do a lot of work, carry banana and all them things. I say happy Father's Day to my father and every father that produces some children. Must say happy Father's Day to them.
And we're here at Mr. Fitzroy Grant's property, and we're speaking with...
Levi Walsh.
And how are you today on Father's Day, Mr. Walsh?
I'm fine, thank you.
So tell us about the history of Kilancholly.
Well, most of the history that I would know of this community would have been coming from like my parents, and they would have gotten it from their parents, who would have been my grandparents. Kilancholly is what I call a community that was formed by, I would say, migrants, people coming out of the slave plantations. This is a hilly terrain, as you've seen, and it would have been areas where slaves would have gone when they were not necessarily free, but allowed to go and do things for themselves. It would have been areas like these that they would have resorted to to cultivate and so on. And I even got the little story about the name of this community, whereby when slaves were coming to these hills, that you'll have wild animals, and other slaves that were in camp would say, boy, if you find anything, carry some for me, you know? And they were talking about wild pigs and so on. And I said, boy, oh, you get it? He said, kill him and carry him, man. And that's how they kill and carry. So I heard it was first kill and carry, and then the word was contaminated and resulted in the production of Kilancholly. So that is how I heard that the name came into being. Right. True or false, as they would have said, some get it, some sell it.
Yes.
Right? Now, as I said, they would have come to these areas to do what we call subsistence farming. And as we have learned, that would have sort of matured into total freedom for the slaves, which would have been somewhere about in the 1930s here or somewhere about there. Now, those persons would have gotten their little parcel of land. Who did the distribution, I don't know, but they ended up with parts of different families with different parts of land, and then you have the Grants, the Walshes, the Wilkes, the Cassis, and you know. We even had persons here from as far away as India who migrated and came to live here. So it was a real mixed community of Indians, Negroes, and so on. You know, people from the Asian continent and people from Africa and so on form these communities. You know, and here we are today.
Yes.
We're still mixed, and everybody with their own little parts of land and the various families. And I think it has molded into a wonderful community. We have quite some persons, turning out quite some persons, taking their rightful place in society. Well, like Mr. Grant, we call him Charlie, we call him Peony, we call him all sorts of names. But one thing for sure is one of the foundational builders of this community. He is a tradesman, he's particularly masonry, but outside of that, he's a jack of all trades. He'll do some plumbing, some carpentry. You know, these men, they are multi-skilled, you know. But mainly, most of the outstanding work, masonry, in this community and adjoining communities, the wall, the bridges, he has worked on them. He's a very outstanding builder. Well, first of all, it is deserving, and it's a blessing to see one can live to that age. I think he's about 90, he's 96 or something about there, you know? 97, going 97. And he's still in the main as his faculties together. And we must give thanks for that, because when I was growing up, and you learn from a man who in his 60s, like myself, they said, boy, I look old man around this and they say, I look a country person. Look at Mr. Grant, he's 96, he's able to walk. I came there and I waved him and he waved back, he's singing well. And he got a farmer walking, he knows who. You know, and I think it's a blessing, and he has made his contribution, he has produced wonderful children, and he's enjoying the fruit of his life. And that is what is beautiful, you know. Yeah, so, heal the man, you know. More praises to him, you know. Yes.
And we're here at Fitzroy Grant's home, and we're speaking to a relative, also the second oldest father in the community. Can you tell us your name?
Sister Carey. Sister Carey. And I'm the eldest one, secondly to the eldest. Mr. Grant is the first in the age.
Yes.
And I'm the second.
And how old are you?
I'm 30. I'm 93. And I would like to live longer. I would like to see you live 100. Yeah. And I am behind you. I'm back of you. But I can't reach your stage and your length where you go to. But I wish you good luck. And I would manage to go around it and brush it. So I wish him a good. I wish him a good encouragement and goodness. Thank you for that.
My name is Leslie Grant, and I am from a small village in St. Mary called Kilancholly. Kilancholly, small village. I was born and grew up in Kilancholly. I think I remember from about age 9, growing up in the community and interacting with friends and neighbors. The name farmer to me coming from he being a farmer. Yes, he used to cultivate a lot of product from vegetable, food, yam, banana, pumpkin, you name it. And we used to have all of these things abundantly. Never have to go to the market to buy callaloo and a lot of other product that I see people going to the market for. The farmer used to cultivate all of these things. And at the same time, he was a tradesman. He used to be involved in masonry and one of the registered contractor, registered with the St. Mary Parish Council as a contractor, where a lot of us and the bigger kids and the other family members used to actually go to work with him on different projects that he used to spearhead. The biggest one I remember is in a place they call Mosquito Hole. He was doing a retaining wall, and I remember he was having difficulties. Every time he dig the foundation, the dirt would run down, the water keep running, and it makes it very difficult to really create that foundation that he need to make the wall really strong. That was one of the challenging project that he worked on when I was a kid, watching him going through the necessary work that he does for the St. Mary Parish Council. Yes, my father is very good when it comes to construction in general, from building walls to houses, foundation. And yes, I learn a lot from him. Right now, I'm so involved with construction, and I haven't been to any institution where I learned this. It's basically playing around with his tools from a young age, his level, his saw, tape measure, all these things I seen them and play around with them. And used to go to work with him sometime too. So I really learned a lot from him. Yes, I went with my father a few times. As a matter of fact, I just joined the JDF when he started the rice farm. And I went with him on a few occasions. The rice was in an area where it was a little difficult, and I was saying, why my father want to take on this challenge? But I remember up to the point where you start reaping, I used to help him to shake and get the thing off the rice to ready for the pot. So yes, my father is one of the person in the community who planted rice. Not many people planted rice, but he's one of them. Planting rice is a challenge. It is a challenge. It's only a handful of people in the community really try to plant rice, and he's one of them. My father, he's a person who will try, and he will put his all into whatever he does. So every crop that you can think of that a farmer would plant, he done that. And he like to know that he accomplished things. Some of the tasks that I would not approach, he would. I learned a lot from him. And yes, he's he's very persistent when it comes on to getting things done. not only for his family, not only for us as his kids, but for the entire community. He's a people person. I think they have a few names for him. He got the name Farmer. Some people call him Planner. He used to plan things and he used to get things done. My father is at that critical age where personally I just have to love and cherish him. I talk to my father every week. I try to speak to him as often as possible, and I find, what anything he's not comfortable with, and I would, as my other brother Naris would say, I would go to the end of the earth to make sure my father is living the best life possible that I can make him live. And he's doing good. And we have a very good relationship. My father traveled to America many times. And at the point where he is now, I just have to hope that he can make it next time. But I'm keeping hopes alive. The last time my father was here for his 96th birthday, we actually put a crown on his head. I enjoy the moment being around him and saw him enjoying himself. And he did appreciate and talk about his 96th birthday a lot with family members, both here and in Kilancholly. He did appreciate his party. And hopefully we will do this again before it's too late. My father is a strong person, strong willpower, and I spoke to him a few months after his wife passed away, and I asked him how he was doing and talked to him a bit, and I said, do you want to take a trip? Do you want to come spend some time with me? And he said yes. So, of course, I bought his ticket, and he spent almost 6 months. We make sure we go back before it passes 6 months so he could retain his traveling documents. But almost every year my father come and we spend quality time together. And I really love and adore this man, my father, Fitzroy Grant, farmer, planner, my mentor, my leader, my teacher. I really love and adore him. And I hope that he may live to see many more years to come. And I will ensure and do everything in my power that he continue his life in the most comfortable way. Bevan. Bevan is the eldest one, followed by Leon Grant, and of course Leslie, the golden one, and Naris, Naris. Naris after me, then Lenford, then my sister Darnett, then Marnell, and final Fitzroy Jr., Fitzroy Grant Jr. My experience, as a young man, see my father driving a Land Rover. I always get excited and pretty much want to drive it too. But he never let me as a young man. The first Land Rover he bought, something went wrong with the engine and he scrapped it and sell it as parts. Then he bought a second one and I used to travel with him from different places in the community to some of the adjoining communities and enjoy the time around him driving in his Land Rover. Naris, he sold it. He later sold his Land Rover. And Naris found this one, which seems to be the same one. And Naris insists that he's going to put this Land Rover back on the road. So Naris have it sitting there, and he's planning to put this Land Rover on the road just to keep Dad's memories alive. Well, As a young man from the community, I just want to be humble and looking back where I'm coming from a little village in Kilancholly to a big city in New York City. I am really humbled to know that the journey that I have traveled and expecting to continue striving, I really I thank God, thank the Almighty for the blessings. I think the blessings, my mother is a very God-fearing woman. She hardly miss her church, and she teaches us to be humble and to believe in God and to put God first in everything that we do. And I am proud to be here tonight talking about our history in Kilancholly and where I am now. I am really humble and truly like what's going on and to know that God is what will bring us here.
He's a role model to me, be honest with you, because I remember growing up as a kid, my father would pick up money in Christmas time and have a line in the crossroad giving kids money. And I remember my brother joined the line twice, and my father said, "No, you get money already," because that was his kid, so he know. So I didn't bother to join again because I knew I would get turned on. But I always look at it, and one time I remember my father and this young man, my age group, getting a little argument, and my father said, "Well, you know, so and so I see you taking my stuff on this date, so and so." And after the argument all over, the guy come to me and said, "Well, your father a good man, you know, because what the man said, a true man attack." And I said, "Well, you know, so farmer don't mean nobody, you know. He's a good man. Be honest with you. I have to love my father because the way he treat me and the way he bring me up. My father, today, if one thing I have to thank him for this. When I was a kid growing up, and my father said, "Papa, well, yeah, make me get up so early and go outside, but there did nothing outside for do." And him said, "Linford, listen to me. The other kids them run up and down on the street, and them are trampling your bed." He said, "Come out of the bed, man." And he said, "All right, listen to me. When you wake up, if you feel tired, then you go back to sleep." And I didn't know the man I use psychology for me. And when you get up and use cocoa water, leaf water and wash your face and run up and down, you don't need a bed again. You're a young man, you're full of energy. So and it grew with me until this day. I can't stay in my bed past 6 o'clock is the latest. I have to get up. So I actually becomes like a workaholic. My lady said me a workaholic, but it's just me. And I always tell him just one thing would mess me up. If I was to get hell and can't get up out of the bed early, it would really knock me down. I have to come out of the bed early every morning, and I have to give that thanks to my father, the way he raised me. Yes, my father planted rice. The first time I see rice plant is when I was a little boy. My father planted rice in a place named Paywalk in Kilancholly. That's the first time I see rice. Hard work. Yeah, I go with him, but then them days when I was a little kid, I mostly go there to eat some of them food when they cook and watch the other guys them work. I couldn't do much because, you know, it was a swamp they planting the rice in, so most time I just go down with him and when they cook the food and I get one of the dumpling and some of the soup, me good.
So that was hard work then?
Yeah, it was hard work. And them time I was, as I say, I was a kid. So them not give me no fork or no cutlass to use or anything like that because we're too young. But me, you know, go down and carry a little grocery on my shoulder, one of the pots or the, you know, go down and start them cooking.
I was born and raised in Kilancholly by my grandparents. And the elder Grant, which is Miss Leslie's father, is my uncle. That's my mother's brother. He was A man, upright man. Everybody, recognize him. We call him farmer because he used to farm a lot of bananas and all those things. And he used to have a Land Rover. And he was one of the first man in Kilancholly of motor vehicle. We call it the Land Rover, right? And he used to carry banana to the boxing plant. He used to carry the banana to the boxing plant and sell, And he was also a contractor and builder. He built houses, he built bridges, he built, he used to build bridges and houses. And he was a very upright man in the community. Right?
Hi, my name is Charlene. In Kilancholly, everyone knows me as Kerry. I grew up you have Kilancholly top, Kilancholly bottom. I was at Kilancholly top, right? So right next to Sharon House is where I had my first realization of myself. That's where I was by Sharon, and then around by the Grant, where my grandparents were, is where I go back and forth. Miss James and Farmer. So but they live around the road, and we were beside Sharon. So Sharon had a lot of people and a lot of kids at the house. It was easier to go to Sharon's house than going around here. But when it gets to the evening time and my mom is coming home, we'd go around our grandparents' house because we don't want her to say, oh, we leave the yard, and we'll be okay going there. Bevan is the first child, and he's my father. They were very loving and caring. My father, growing up, was not in Jamaica. He was in America. So they were the one who take my brother and I in. They were the ones who helped us. My mom didn't have a lot. So my grandparents, especially my grandmother, I remember her giving my mother money for us to go to school and saying, okay, the children have to go to school. They can't stay home.
Well, my name is Paulette Thompson Bailey. Well, I was along with Mr. Grant's first son, which is Bevan. And we have 2 kids together. Kerry, we should have Charlene, and Jason Grant. Oh, when I met Farmer, he was a good man to me, very, very good man to me. You could never say anything about me. When he did have a house, the first house that he used to live in, that's where I used to live, and then he lived another place. And he always, when he go to the bush, him always carry food, carry yam, anything come give me. Because that time his son was in America, and he came and leave me there at the first house where they used to live. And they really take care of me. The whole family take care of me. He love kids. He will sit there and see any kids come and give them anything. He love kids. And he's a very kind man. If you come and ask him for anything, if he cannot move to go for it, he say to him, say the machine, they don't go down, they go cut one one, take away more one. I know that he's a good man, and I love him. He's a very kind and loving man. And what I must say again before, when you come on to farmer kids them, any one of them, you can come to them with any problem, anything, and you know you're going to get help. They are very kind people, just like the mother and the father go right down. And I think the children, them adapt it from them parents.
My name is Britney Grant, and my relationship is that I'm Farmer's granddaughter. He's very nice, jovial, just very calm. I feel like that's where I get my calm demeanor from, because how calm he is. You never see him arguing or engaging in any foolishness, any animosity. He's just very calm.
First of all, I was born in Kilancholly, so I just know a lot about the country part of Kilancholly and things like that. I think he used to do mason work. And where I live in the next community, there's a pastor guy named, we call him Uncle Buddy. And he always arrived before Uncle Buddy leaves. So you always see him there early waiting on Uncle Buddy. Because, where I live, it was next door. So, and he was hard working. I didn't know he have so many kids because I leave Jamaica early. You know what I mean? Even Linford. That's the one who follow Leslie. I remember when we were leaving school, they say, I know Leslie, Bevan, and Will. Those three we know because they were in school. Smaller guys who were in school. But I didn't know Linford until I got back to Jamaica. He didn't know me either. So all who come after Linford, I didn't know them. And I think there's some marriage. I think Charlie, auntie, did marry to a sibling. So the family is close. And most people say we're family still. That's right.
Bye, everybody. Thank you for your hospitality and a wonderful day. And be back for the 100th birthday. Oh, what a wonderful day we've had today. Father's Day in Kilancholly community. Getting to know the patriarch, Mr. Fitzroy Grant. Right now, I'm going to go walk back down the hill to my taxi man, my driver, Sheldon. And if you're ever in St. Mary, be sure to book Sheldon, the safest, the best taxi man. See you.
We're gonna be the same way. There must be a change somehow. There are bad times and good times too. So have a little faith in what you do, 'cause you don't seem to realize the things you've got to face in life. Today